Hello everybody and welcome back to the world's greatest trainer tournament. These trainers are fighting for their chance to go into the third round. In their second chance matchups, today we have Giovanni versus Brock and Jasmine versus Whitney. Let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to win today. Okay, let us see who I'll be controlling today. It looks to be I'll be controlling Giovanni, who will reign supreme. The ground type gym leader or the rock type gym leader? Which one is harder in rock hard determination? Let me sort out the teams and we will find out. Okay, the teams are locked in. Will Giovanni be able to prevail over Brock, or will Brock prove his rock hard determination is enough to thwart his ground type Pokemon? Who has got the harder typing? Let's find out today. Giovanni leads off with Dugtrio, and Brock leads off with his Steelix. A very hard Pokemon indeed, with great physical bulk. It could prove a problem for Dugtrio here, as Dugtrio goes for the Earthquake.
What's the opening gem? It's super effective.
But Steelix is able to eat it without too much trouble and goes for an Earthquake of its own. Trio's not going to appreciate that, being a low HP Pokemon and quite frail. It is unfortunately going to take that quite heavily, as it unleashes yet another Earthquake to try and bring the Steelix down to lower HP. And gets a critical hit, taking down Brock's Steelix. Who'd have seen that coming? Nobody knows who will win this battle, folks. Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win out of these two. We're only just getting started. Next comes out Aerodactyl. And unfortunately, it's going to be a matter of speed versus speed. And Pterodactyl is faster than Dugtrio, getting off a nice solid Earthquake and brings it down. How will Giovanni retaliate here? What will he bring out next? It's going to be his trusty Kangaskhan, hoping they'll be able to claim him a victory over this Aerodactyl here today. However, Brock is going to switch out. And sends in his Golem. A fierce Pokemon indeed, with great defenses and solid attack. And it's going to eat that Rock Slide for breakfast. Giovanni also switches out. And switches into his Persian. Hoping they'll be able to do some damage here before it goes down. As counter is unleashed from the Golem, but with no move to reflect back, it can't do anything. Giovanni orders his Persian to use Substitute, which may make things difficult if it carries on going for counter, but it does not. It goes for a way to retaliate, but the Bright Powder kicks in. That is very unfortunate for Brock here, as Giovanni is going to get off a free Toxic on this Golem, which will start to put it on a timer. Golem goes for Earthquake once again, which will do some solid damage if it manages to connect. And it will break this Substitute it was hiding behind. How will Giovanni deal with this threat of a Pokemon that is out on the field? He goes for another Substitute, knowing that the Earthquake will do more than it can do to himself. Hoping to get some poison to rack up on this threat of a Pokemon. Unfortunately, the Substitute takes a hit once again. Giovanni is just hoping that the Bright Powder will kick in at some point and allow him to go on the offensive. Again, another Substitute is unleashed, which burns him down some HP. But yeah, Earthquake connects once again. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Giovanni can continue on this tirade, and he's going to have to go on the offensive. He goes for a Shadow Ball, hoping to deal some solid damage before his Persian goes down. Fortunately, the defenses of the Golem proving to be too much as it goes for another Earthquake. And unfortunately, that will be the end of his Persian.
Which Pokemon will join the battle now? Okay. Oh, it's Nidoking.
Out comes Giovanni's Nidoking with seeing how threatening this Pokemon can be before. Can he take out Golem at this range of HP? Potentially, it is a stab move and it's definitely faster. And unfortunately, it will connect, doing some solid damage to the Golem and bring it down.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Tyranitar.
Next up is Tyranitar. Will Tyranitar be able to put up a fierce fight against this Nidoking here? Or will it fall like the rest? Nidoking goes for a lovely kiss. Will it connect with the Tyranitar here? It does, putting it to sleep and preventing it from being able to attack. That is most unfortunate for Tyranitar here.
That little nap will certainly make the action one-sided.
However, Brock is going to have to switch. Unable to do anything to this ground-type Pokemon. He switches back into Aerodactyl, hoping Aerodactyl can claim him some points here and take out a few Pokemon.
That had no effect.
However, Nidoking holds firm.
Flow of battle.
Despite not being able to hit the Earthquake, it gets hit by an Earthquake back though from Aerodactyl here. It's going to do a solid chunk of damage. Bringing it down to over half HP means another one will take it out. But Thunderbolt is going to strike. It does not, however, get the paralysis. And Aerodactyl is going to be able to reign supreme on the battlefield still. And get off yet another Earthquake and bring Giovanni's
There it goes.
Nidoking down.
Oh, and down it goes. That KO will bring out a new Pokemon. This Pokemon is back for
How comes the Kangaskhan once again that the Aerodactyl ran away from earlier? Can it potentially scare it off once again, or will Aerodactyl stay in and choose to go for damage? It does, and it goes for a Swagger. It will increase Kangaskhan's attack. Could this be a mistake of it? Doesn't it itself in confusion? This is really going to hurt. Does it nail the Rock Slide? It does, and Aerodactyl is not going to appreciate that as it goes down. Giovanni proving why he's the leader of Team Rocket, and that he is no
Oh, it's Fortress.
piece of cake to be dealt with. Out comes Fortress.
It's a fierce battle.
And what will he do against this threat of a Pokemon?
Combatants face each other.
Kangaskhan is going to come back.
Pokemon.
And out comes the Nidoqueen.
Nidoqueen.
What will Nidoqueen do on this battlefield as Toxic is unleashed from the Fortress? But unfortunately, being pot poison, that is going to do no damage at all.
Will this newly switched out Pokemon fare? Here comes
He
the
switches
Pokemon
out.
switch. This
And
Pokemon
goes
is
into
restored.
Tyranitar. That's not a bad choice. But unfortunately, it is asleep. But it will be able to eat that flamethrower nicely.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
Nidoqueen goes for an Earthquake here, which Tyranitar will definitely not appreciate, doing super effective damage. And does a great chunk of damage to it.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
However, Giovanni switches once again, sensing there's a chance that this thing could wake up and deal some damage back. He doesn't want to take the risk, because it is faster.
Pokemon appears
And
with
goes back
Spark.
into his trusty Kangaskhan, who's been a terror on the battlefield from the moment it arrived. Unfortunately, it stays asleep.
The flow of battle.
And he's able to get off a nice solid Earthquake on this Tyranitar here, which does some great damage, but is unable to get the knockout. The Tyranitar is finally able to wake up and get some damage back in return.
That's it.
Kangaskhan eats it, however. Being full health, it will not go down so easily. As it goes for a hidden power. And it will definitely not appreciate that as it does super effective damage and brings it down. Brock is on the back foot here in a 2 versus 3 battle. Can he somehow come out on top? As he switches in the Ninetales. A very interesting choice of Pokemon he could have used earlier, but has refrained from doing so as it goes for a Fire Blast, outspeeding the Kangaskhan. And manages to get the burn. That will cut down the attack of the Kangaskhan massively as it goes for an Earthquake here. And unfortunately, the Ninetales is going to eat that without too much difficulty, thanks to the burn that Kangaskhan has sustained. However, it seems to outspeed and goes for a hidden power. Will it be enough? It is not! Kangaskhan holds on and gets off yet another Earthquake, dealing some solid damage to the Ninetales here. But unfortunately, that burn is going to take Kangaskhan down. Giovanni sends out his Rhydon next, a rock and ground type Pokemon to deal with this fire type. Will it be enough, or will Ninetales be able to get a miraculous burn once again? It's got hidden power. Is it going to be enough? It's super effective, but Rhydon holds on and goes for the Earthquake. That is very unfortunate for Ninetales, as that will definitely take it out of that range of HP, and Ninetales falls. By lots of things, this is going to be a definite victory for Giovanni. And there's nothing Brock can do, as his last Pokemon is Fortress. And it has no way of being able to win this battle from here. Rhydon goes for Rock Slide. It will be neutral because it's part Steel and Bug, but unfortunately it misses. Allowing a Toxic to be unleashed from the Fortress here, but Fortress also misses. What a strange and unfortunate turn of events, as it manages to go for a Toxic once again, outspeeding the Rhydon, as its Quick Claw allowed it to move first earlier. Poison is going to put it on a timer now. But Rock Slide is going to collide with the Fortress, but it doesn't seem to do much. Another Rock Slide is unleashed from the Rhydon. It does decent damage as Quick Claw procs once again. But unfortunately, it is not enough. And Rhydon manages to flinch the opponent. Going for yet another Rock Slide. Will it connect? It does, putting Fortress at a low amount of HP. It seems Fortress's days are numbered, but Rhydon goes down to the poison eventually, and there's not much he could do about it. Next is Nidoqueen, and Fortress has nothing it can do to this Pokemon other than explode, which will inevitably end in Brock's defeat. But unfortunately, Nidoqueen carries the Flamethrower. That's 4 times super effective, and Fortress is going to go down. Giovanni has now eliminated Brock from the tournament. He claimed his place in the 3rd round and allowed himself to be able to continue to be a threat in this tournament. Who'd have thought he had what it takes? But that's the leader of Team Rocket for you. And whether you like it or not, Giovanni is the victor of this round. Our next matchup is Jasmine versus Whitney. Will Whitney be able to overcome the Steel type, or will Whitney fall here and be eliminated? She has some powerful Pokemon at her beck and call, but will it be enough? Okay, who will I be controlling here? It looks like I'll be controlling Jasmine. Will I be able to get Jasmine the win against Whitney, or will Whitney succeed? That is the question. With that said, I'll go formulate the teams and I'll be back. Okay, the teams are locked in. Unfortunately, this is going to be an uphill battle for Whitney, seeing as most of the typings that is available to Jasmine are resisted by the Snorlax, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Jasmine could win, because Whitney does have Earthquake on a lot of her mons and other means of dealing damage. But Jasmine is going to lead off with her Skarmory Luftwaffe. And they lead off with Snorlax. Ooh. Drill Peck comes out from the Skarmory and pierces into the Snorlax, but it doesn't do too much damage. The Snorlax is able to get off the Belly Drum. That is really scary. And it looks like it's going to be able to eat yet another Drill Peck and potentially wipe out Skarmory, removing the Earthquake resistance that Jasmine has available. Can Snorlax do it? It's a +6 attack. It gets off the rest. That is going to be absolutely devastating for Jasmine here. Whitney could continue on through the tournament and continue to be a terror. Drill Peck is unleashed once again. Will it be enough, however? It definitely will not. As Snorlax proves it is a bulky boy and goes for the body slam, which does solid amount of damage to Skarmory here. Skarmory goes for another Drill Peck. And unfortunately, Snorlax is going to eat that without too much difficulty and goes for another body slam, bringing Skarmory low. Skarmory goes for yet another Drill Peck, hoping to break through this wall of a Pokemon, but it is not enough. No critical hit there. It was definitely needed, and Snorlax is going to pick up its first KO in this battle. And Whitney is off to a great start.
So, what will be the next Pokemon? They're ready to go. Oh,
Next comes out Steelix. Can Steelix do what Skarmory couldn't? Can Steelix bring down this giant of a Pokemon? They go for Earthquake. They've got huge defenses, but will it be enough to stop the Snorlax here? It is not. Snorlax hangs on and goes for an Earthquake, which is going to devastate that Steelix. But can Steelix hold on? It just barely manages it, and Steelix is still in this fight. But Snorlax goes first. There seems to be a speed tie, and Steelix goes down. How unfortunate it is for Jasmine right now. Whitney's still at 6 Pokemon and she's down to 4. Next comes out Magneton. Can Magneton pull something off here? Can Magneton save the day with a Thunder? Or will it miss? That is the question. It nails the Snorlax and finally brings it down, putting an end to its tyrannical terror of a reign. To take it down to a Jasmine's Pokemon, making it a 4 versus 5 matchup. However, out comes Kangaskhan, which is definitely indeed a threat. Kangaskhan's able to outspeed it, goes for the 4 times super effective Earthquake. Will it KO? It does, and Magneton goes down. Unfortunate.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon for each side. Oh, it's Sizzle!
Jasmine sends out Scizor, hoping that Scizor can hopefully turn this around. But will it truly be able to, or will it fall like the rest? As Kangaskhan goes for an Earthquake here, it'll do solid damage, because it is neutral. It actually didn't do that much, and Scizor holds on and goes for the Swords Dance. This could be devastating if it manages to get enough up.
It raised its attack power. It's a fierce battle.
Another Earthquake for the Kangaskhan.
What'll it do? The hit lands
It
right
connects, but Scizor still stands firm. It goes for another Swords Dance. Is Jasmine getting too greedy here? Or will it pay off?
They're both hanging tough.
Another earthquake is going to be unleashed however from the Kangaskhan here, and it's still going to do a good amount of damage. But Scizor again eats it. Then goes for an attack. Hidden Power Bug. +4 attack. Is it enough? It is not, as Kangaskhan holds on. That is really bad for Jasmine, as that will mean that her Scizor is heavily injured, and the next one can take it out without too much difficulty.
Flash attack. Yes, it's a hit. Oh, and down it goes.
Kangaskhan is down, but it is a 4 versus 3 matchup with Iron Bug barely able to stand tall. Out comes the Miltank, which will 100% outspeed this Pokemon, which puts Jasmine in a difficult position. Earthquake goes off, and does a solid chunk to Scizor and takes it out finally. Unfortunately, Scizor only able to claim 1 knockout here, which puts them in a very difficult position indeed. Next comes out Fortress. Can Fortress somehow turn this around? Can Fortress do something here? Whitney is going to switch Pokemon. Who is she going to switch to? She goes into Porygon 2, hoping that Porygon can claim a victory for them here, as Toxic is unleashed and connects with the Porygon.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle? It assumed a protective pose.
Obviously, Fortress uses Protect, hoping to get that poison to rack up and do a solid amount of damage.
Whoop, that missed. The heated action continues.
However, Whitney is going to switch here, not wanting to risk that poison from racking up too much. And out comes Dodrio. Can Dodrio put the hurt on this Fortress here?
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
Fortress is unfortunately going to be recalled into its Pokeball. And out comes Ampharos, an electric type, to potentially deal with this Dodrio that is definitely a threat. Drill Peck goes off and does a decent chunk, but it's not enough. Dodrio, however, has other options and goes for a return, which will do a solid amount of damage to Ampharos, which is not what Jasmine needs right now. As Thunderbolt strikes, is it enough to take it out in 1 hit? It is, as Dodrio goes down. Making the battle 3 versus 2 with 1 Pokemon poisoned already. This could be a problem, but out comes Miltank. Miltank goes for the Earthquake here. And it's enough to take down the Ampharos, leaving Jasmine with just 1 Pokemon left. How unfortunate. Jasmine brings out Fortress, her last Pokemon and the only Pokemon left standing. Can it somehow pull off some miraculous defeat here? Unfortunately, Whitney is going to recall. And I'm guessing go back into the Porygon 2, anticipating a Toxic, as she does. Porygon 2 will, however, take some poison damage here, which it definitely won't appreciate. Toxic goes off. But unfortunately, it's already poisoned, so it has no effects. Which means Fortress has to go back to its usual strategy of using Protect. The Thunderbolt is unleashed from the Porygon here. But unfortunately, that Protect is going to shield it from any damage it can potentially take. The Fortress goes for the double Protect. Is it going to work? No, it fails. Meaning Porygon gets some free damage off here, which is not what Jasmine needs right now. as this could potentially be her only chance of winning this battle.
The heated action continues.
Fortress goes for Protect yet again, hoping to stall out this battle and get the poison to rack up enough that the Porygon will be threatened. As Porygon once again unleashes a Thunderbolt, but it is unable to connect, and poison is slowly racking up. Fortress uses another Protect, and manages to succeed, getting off a second Protect here, as Porygon 2 uses Recover to help shield off some of that poison damage it has started to rack up. Unfortunately, the poison is not doing anywhere near enough. Porygon goes for another Thunderbolt here, which will connect with the Fortress. Poison still not doing much to this Porygon 2, despite how many turns it's been on the field. Looks like this is a losing battle for Jasmine. Here she goes for another Protect once again, hoping it will be enough. However, poison is still not doing enough to this Porygon 2, and it looks like there is no way out of this battle. There is no way for Fortress to win. And Whitney is going to secure her place going into round 3, managing to avoid being eliminated from the tournament, and Jasmine is unfortunately eliminated as it goes for an explosion just to take out one last Pokemon to go out with a bang. What an upset that was for Jasmine, as Jasmine is now eliminated from the tournament, and Whitney goes on to round 3. Next episode, we will have Misty versus Erica and Bruno versus Morty. Will these two trainers on either side be able to succeed? Will Misty and Bruno be able to continue the Kanto legacy? Or will Erica and Morty carry on the Kanto and Johto legacy through them? Let me know in the comments down below who you think will win. With that said, thank you very much guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful day. Peace.
Yeah, they call me dog, my boss. The mad boss, the savage with the Gyarados. As I will make you blast off harder than your last loss. Teach you a lesson like you won't bunch of lapdogs. It was fast, huh? You're mad, huh? Want me to slow it down, or would you prefer it fast?